Hi, this is Megan Jacks, Creative Memories Independent Advisor, and I'm here today with a video to show you Creative Memories' new circle cutter. And I'm going to show you how you can use this cutter to make nesting circles. They're actually rings. We're going to make from one piece of 12 by 12 paper. We're going to make a bunch of circles that get smaller and smaller and smaller. That's going to leave us with these nice rings that you can use in various ways in your projects. So the one thing I want to talk to you about is a couple of features of the circle cutter. And these are things that are going to help us when we're making these rings. I want to point out to you that you've got rulers on both sides of the cutter. You have one side here that is imperial, so it'd be inches. So it starts over here on the blade end and goes from 3 all the way up to 12. On the other side, you'll see on the white here is metric. So I'm just going to be talking about inches here. So this white ruler on this side. The other thing I want you to note about the circle trimmer here, or the circle cutter, is that it is not in standard eighths or half inches. Each one of these little white tick mark represents 0.2 inches. So we've come here to we start at 3, 3.2, 3.4, 3.6, 3.8, 4, and so forth. So there's really no way for me to tell you, oh, trim a 4.5 inch circle. There's no tick mark at that half inch. So you're going to hear something like 4.4 or 4.6. So that's just something to kind of note about the measurements on the side here. The other thing I want you to note, and this comes into play for centering. You've got a black line here in the this little bubble that actually is going to help you when you're setting your measurements here. You've also got a little bump out here from where the pen insert could be. So there's a little bump out here, and it's evenly spaced between the top edge and the bottom edge here of the trimmer. You have another black mark on this side, and these black marks, what to note is they line up perfectly with this pivot point in the center. So that's what we're going to rely on for centering. We're going to use this end for centering. And then Creative Memories didn't build in a centering line on the other end. And I'm just a little picky about this kind of thing. I like to have as many centering points. You've probably heard me refer to them and show you how to mark them on your jumbo templates. So I went ahead and I made a center mark here on the other end of my circle cutter. This allows me, when I'm placing my cutter, I have both ends here that I can line up at the 6-inch mark for centering, and I've got each of these black lines here that I can line up. So let me show you really quick how to mark that center line. I have included some photos on my Facebook page that talk about it, and I use the 0 center ruler. So I just kind of eyeballed it initially, coming in here and just looking for even spacing on both sides, and it actually lines up just past 1.25 inch on each side. It is technically probably like 1 5/16 of an inch, but you would line it up, grab your Sharpie, and then you're going to go ahead and just give yourself that small black line to give you the center line on this end, which is actually the blade end of the trimmer. So we're going to go ahead. We've got our center points all done. I have got a piece of 12 by 12 paper. I am using just some spare. This is actually a cover sheet for one of the paper packs. I definitely recommend practicing on some extra cardstock or other spare paper. This is not the time to get out your best favorite designer paper to start working with. Give yourself a chance to practice. So I've got my 13 by 13 mat. I've got some spare paper. I have lined it up on my mat so I am nice and centered. And what I'm going to do, the first one I'm going to cut is I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to start with an 11-inch circle. I'm not going all the way to the outside. I'm coming here to 11 inches. I've lined it up. I'm going to give that white ring a twist to tighten it in. And the thing you want to know here is I am starting with my largest circle first. You will want to start from the largest and work your way inside. The reason you want to do that, this is what's holding your paper in place. So when you put this down in the center of your circle, you are locking that center piece in place when you put pressure on it. We're not holding down the outside edges, which we're kind of used to when you use the custom cutting system. We're locking that center piece. So I'm going to go ahead and line this up. First, I'm going to line it here. using my black marks, kind of giving that visual centering along the 1/6 inch here at the top and the bottom. I look pretty good. And then I'm going to come over here and I can kind of see my 1/6 inch over there. This is actually pretty big circle I'm cutting. So I'm going to line up. I've got that Sharpie marker over here. I've lined that up right at that 6 inch white line. And I can see I'm pretty good here. I'm coming back. I have deviated just a little bit, but I think I'm pretty good there. I could give it a quick test if I wanted to. I just hold this down. I can spin this around all I want until I push on this part here on the cutter. I'm not actually cutting anything. I can spin this around all I want. Just make sure that I like where I'm positioned. I look good. My cutter is inset just a little bit from that edge, so it will, on these larger sizes, you'll see your cutter actually goes over that 12 inch mark, but your cutting blade is actually inset a little bit. So I think I'm good. I'm gonna go ahead and make my first cut. So I'm gonna hold it down here with my left hand. I am right-handed. So I'm gonna put pressure here on this blue center knob that twists. I'm gonna put the pressure here. I'm gonna reach over here with my right hand. I'm gonna squeeze this white button, and then I'm gonna put pressure down on the other blue, smaller blue button, and go ahead and rotate all the way around. And my mat is wanting to twist just a little bit. Now I'm done cutting the circle. I am not lifting up pressure here on this centerpiece. I am still holding the pressure in place. At this point, it doesn't matter if I start to see a little movement on my, my piece here. I'm good. I just want to keep this center piece, I want to keep it in the same spot. So I am keeping firm pressure in place. The next thing I want to do is, while I'm keeping that pressure in place, I'm going to go ahead, come down here, and I'm going to untwist the white ring. That will loosen my, it loosens this so I can start making adjustments to my measurement. And I'm going to go ahead and slide this over 2 tick marks. So I started at 11. I'm now coming down to 10.4. Or excuse me, I'm coming to 10.6 inches, and I'm going to tighten it back up, the white ring. I'm still keeping that pressure. Now I'm going to come here and I'm going to cut a second one. And then what I'm going to keep doing here is I'm just going to keep working my way along. I'm adjusting it 2 tick marks every time. I like that size for these nice thin rings. So now I'm at 10.2, retighten that white ring, still keeping pressure, and I'm going to make another cut. You can see these cuts are going really well. This blade cuts really nice. It's a rolling blade as compared to the custom cutting system, which is more of a, you're kind of just shoving the paper, the cutter around, where this one rolls like our rotary trimmer does. So now I'm down here to 9.8, and I can just keep working my way around. So the goal with doing these nesting circles, or these rings that get smaller and smaller and smaller, is you really are going to want to try as much as you can to keep this center spot in the same position. So it may get a little tiring for your hand, I will tell you that. So if you need to lift up on it and let it go, that's great. Just do your best not to move it. That's what's going to allow you to make these circles really, really nice and smooth. They're all going to be even. And you can just really come in and dial whatever size of circle you need. Like I said, I like the every 2 tick marks. Gives me these nice thin circles. I'm going to go ahead and jump. So I'm at 9.2. I'm going to come all the way down to 8.2. Just to show you, you can keep working your way in. So you can just keep coming all the way in, and all these circles are going to come nice and loose. And I can keep, even once these are loose, I can move them out of the way if I needed to. And I'm still keeping that pressure on that middle point. That will allow me to keep making circles, even circles, all the way around. And I can just keep on going, and you can keep going all the way in. The one thing here to think about too is if you're working with a smaller piece of paper or a smaller circle, you can see now here, if I were to try to center this again, say I had to recenter it on my own, I could eyeball trying to get my initial circle here cut back into the middle, make sure I like how it's positioned, all that kind of fun stuff. Just how we talked about with the custom cutting system is centering things as best you can on your mat. And then I would want to go ahead and come in and center again using these points that I've already mentioned before. I've got these black marks on this side, and then I've got the pen holder end over here that has this little bump out that I can see lining up here at 6. And at this end, I've got that Sharpie marker, the Sharpie mark that I've made. So I can come in here, I'm going to dial this down to 7. So I'm making just a little bit bigger than a 1 inch, and I should be fairly even all the way around for that circle. So you can see it's pretty easy. If you've got that centering, if you've got that extra center point mark there, it does make it a lot easier to try to line things up and make those nesting circles. The big thing you're going to want to do, keep that firm pressure here in the middle. You are able to adjust to loosen and tighten this ring, the white ring, even when you're keeping pressure here. These two pieces rotate freely of each other, so you can loosen and adjust and tighten, all while keeping firm pressure in this middle point, which will allow you to hold your paper in place. So I hope you've enjoyed the video. I hope you have a chance to make some of these fun rings, different sizes. Start off with different pieces. I started with a 12 by 12. You can certainly start with something much smaller. You don't need to start something so large if you don't want to. So get some scrap paper out, give it a shot. I hope you enjoy. If you have any questions, please let me know. I'm always happy to help. And thanks for watching. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. I do try to get some videos out here every once in a while. Thanks.